Hey, everybody. It's Health Chat with Robin and Kim, your weekly dose of wellness.
I like
And
it.
today we are bringing to you information that is probably one of the top wellness information series that we can bring you, or a week that we can bring you. And that is food is medicine, because it truly, truly is. So I'm going to start out with an excerpt because I started reading this new book from my favorite doctor, Dr. Hyman, Young Forever, because of course I want to be young forever. And I would like to live to be 150 if I can. And you guys are laughing right now, but you can. If you do
I'm not laughing.
people do it.
I'm not laughing.
I know you're not. People do it in the blue zones all the time. So here's a little excerpt I want to read you about one of the patients that Dr. Hyman had up at the Mayo Clinic. If you all aren't familiar with him, that's where he is. He's a functional medicine doctor at Mayo Clinic, or Cleveland Clinic, excuse me. I'm saying the wrong place. Ohio Cleveland Clinic. So here's the excerpt. This lady, Janice, was 66 when she came to see them, severely obese, suffering from clogged arteries that needed stents, heart failure, high blood pressure, fatty liver, failing kidneys, and type 2 diabetes, and on insulin. All right.
Boy.
So you hear all of that, right? We always hear that all the time from people, but maybe one or two things. Well, this lady had it all, right? Her blood tests were scary, and she was on her way to a heart kidney transplant. She was on a pile of medications for which her copay was $20,000 a year. Yeah. Within 3 days of joining their group program up at the Cleveland Clinic, and by changing her diet from a lifetime of junk food, listen to me, people, junk food, to using food as medicine, consuming a very low glycemic, high fiber, good fat, phytonutrient rich, plant rich diet, and following a simple vitamin regimen, multivitamin, fish oil, and vitamin D, she was able to get off her insulin. That was within 3 days, right? Within 3 months, she was off all of her medication and her numbers were all normal. Heart failure gone, kidneys and liver normalized, blood pressure and blood sugar normal. After a year, she lost 116 pounds and was able to fully return to a vibrant, active life as a leader of her community.
That is amazing.
Yeah. And no dieting, no organ transplants, just
no surgery,
eating healthy, changing the way that she ate. So guys, look, read this book and it will make you want to be healthy and eat healthy. So that's how I wanted to start us off. This is what we're talking about. And now we're going to kind of go into more detail for you. Take it away, Kim.
And I love Dr. Mark Hyman too. I've got a couple of his books. Like, gosh darn it, now I got to get that one.
I know, right?
I know, because I want to get another book, but I want to show this one, Eat to Beat Disease by Dr. William Li. I've shared this before. He really gets sciencey, but about foods and oh, you have it too. Yeah. He just came out with a new one called Eat to Beat Your Diet, which I'm going to get that book. So he is a physician and he's treated all sorts of people, but he's also been a researcher and into like drugs that fight cancer. And then he studied food as medicine. So he studied the phytonutrients and the breakdown of the chemicals in the food we eat to see what can help us fight disease. And that's why he's called Eat to Beat Disease. So, and I just listened to this amazing podcast this morning. I will share it in the link. If I put the actual podcast in the link, it may not be shown, but I can tell you where to find it, and I'll try to put the link in, because if you put a link in on Facebook, they don't like it to take you away from it won't be shown.
I think if you put it in the comments, it should show up.
Comments, okay, hopefully.
Yeah.
So anyway, this blew me away when I was listening to him this morning. He was talking about how two cancers, especially prostate cancer. So they found that with men, if you eat a minimum of a half a cup, which is a serving of spaghetti tomato sauce. Because in the cooked tomato, when you mix it with oil, like olive oil, it activates the lycopene in there, which is cancer fighting. You want that lycopene more so than when in a raw tomato. So cooked tomato along with the oil activates this lycopene. And so 3 servings of this, which a cup and a half of spaghetti sauce a week, it fights cancer.
Tomato sauce.
Tomato sauce.
Yeah.
Right. It fights cancer. If you've got prostate cancer, it reduces the aggressiveness of the cancer. And if you don't have it, it helps to prevent cancer.
Wow.
I thought, wow, that's huge. That's powerful.
Yeah.
How many, people do you know getting,
right.
Yes, getting prostate cancer. The other thing he talked about is breast cancer and soy. And soy's gotten a bad rap because of the phytoestrogens. And he explained that phyto is plant, estrogen is an estrogen, but it's a different type of estrogen. It's not like the estrogen that we have. So anyway, but he talks about how soy is actually protective. Edamame, soy milk. And I switched to soy milk because it's got 7 grams of protein. So he even said, if you have a tall glass of soy milk, which can be 10 grams of protein, so that's over a cup, because a cup is about 7 grams. He goes, it's very protective. It's a plant protein, and it's very protective. And this is what I've been recommending to my clients. It's like switch from almond milk to soy, unsweetened organic soy milk. That's what I switched
Not to be mixed up with the soy that is not good for you.
Well, the highly processed soy, like the soy burgers, those are no bueno, no good. Those have crap in them. They've got seed oils.
It's in a lot of other things like crackers or
the soy oil. You're right, soybean oil. Right.
So exactly. Just so everybody realizes, we're not saying go back to eating that. Yeah.
Great point, Robin. Thank you.
Right.
Great point. And then the other thing he talked about, I thought this was fascinating. And so
look how excited Kim gets to tell you guys this. I'm just saying.
So anyway, he was talking about organic food, and we know we've shared before the Environmental Working Group, the top dirty dozen of foods that we should buy organic because of the most highly pesticided crops. And one of those he talked as an example is strawberries. And strawberries, we need to buy organic. And here's the reason why. They studied that when bugs are allowed to get on and nibble on the fruits and the vegetables, that fruit or vegetable will release kind of a hyper release of all their phytonutrients in there. So we use a strawberry as an example that the organic strawberry, where the bugs nibble on it, release 3 times the ellagic acid. Ellagic acid is antiviral, it's antibacterial, it's an antioxidant, and it is cancer fighting, cancer preventing. And so that was one example of, going with organic strawberries. And then he said the other one was coffee. Now, coffee is a highly pesticided crop as well. And so he talked about, and I can't remember what it was called. I have to go back and listen to it. But he talked about, I'll find it and put it in the comments. But he talked about there was one phytochemical that is 30 times stronger in organic coffee that you don't get in conventional coffee that's sprayed with pesticides. And I thought, holy moly! And I have my own little coffee thing I make, and I use Organic Simple Truth coffee by Kroger, the instant coffee, because I just use a little bit of it. So I'm still getting the phytonutrients of the coffee. So anyway, I just thought that was fascinating. It's like,
that is,
and not that you have to buy everything organic, but it really talks about, and the reason that when crops are sprayed with glyphosate, Roundup, it weakens the plant. They don't have to fight to be healthy. That's what he was using that example. Right. They don't have to fight. So when they get nibbled on, that makes them stronger, and they release more of you get more of the phytonutrients from it. And I thought, oh my
interesting.
Gosh,
it's like us when we lift weights.
Yes, it's stress. Yeah. Yes, it stressed your muscles and your bones, and it builds you up. I know. So who knew in the plant world it was a thing?
That's right. So the other thing I wanted to cover was micronutrients. We talk about what you get from your food, but you also need your vitamins, your minerals, your iron, your zinc, your calcium, your magnesium. And you get that from leafy greens, from small fish, from shellfish, from Kim's sardines that she loves, whole fruits, legumes, seeds, oils, and lean meat and poultry. So, and those help with your immune function and your disease protection. So you still need the micro along with, and then like some people need to add for vitamin D, a lot of us don't get enough vitamin D. So you can supplement with that. Just make sure it's a good supplement that you're supplementing with.
Yep. You want to supplement with D3, and also women with hormone help, go for your magnesium, your vitamin D, like Robin was saying, and your leafy green vegetables, your cruciferous vegetables. Those really help with hormone health, hormone balance, and omega-3s, fatty acids. Yeah. Those are your best friend. So, and they make your skin look good too.
In other words, eat real foods. And, we've talked about this before, but it is truly medicine. Truly. Like, I read this and I was like, what? Like, that is the 3 days, the 3 months, the 1 year. And I'm like, holy smokes. Because that was a lot of medical issues for one person.
Yeah, absolutely. So, don't give up on yourself. That's the key.
Never too late. Never
It's
too
never
late.
too late. And I'm 66. My friend Robin is a young 32. So,
Yes, I am. Multiplied by.
So, we're walking the walk. We talk the talk. So, food is medicine, and use it to help yourself heal yourself.
Yep, for sure. All right. We'll see you guys next week. Have a great Wellness Wednesday and eat some good food.
That's right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.